Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're diving into a story that's been buzzing online, the early life of Barron Trump, the youngest son of President Donald Trump, and the so-called disappearance that's got people talking. Barron's life has been one of luxury, privacy, and intense public interest. But why does it feel like he's vanished from the spotlight? Is there more to this mystery, or is it just a case of a private teen living his life? Let's break it all down. If you're as curious as I am, smash that like button, subscribe, and let's get started. Barron William Trump was born on March 20, 2006 in New York City, the only child of Donald Trump and Melania Trump, a former model from Slovenia. As the youngest of Donald's 5 kids, Barron grew up in a world of wealth most of us can only dream of. According to Melania, Barron had an entire floor to himself. That's right, a whole floor. Melania described him as a creative kid, building elaborate cities with Legos and Magna tiles, even doodling on the walls, which she was cool with, saying they could always repaint. Barron's nickname was Little Donald because of his strong personality, mirroring his dad's confidence even as a toddler. Unlike his half-siblings, Donald Jr., Ivanka, Eric, and Tiffany, who were 13 to 29 years older, Barron was raised almost like an only child. Melania was hands-on, cooking his meals and packing his lunches, determined to give him a sense of normalcy despite the Trump family's high-profile life. She told in 2015 that Barron loved planes and helicopters, and his curious, independent streak shone through early on. But Melania was also fiercely protective, keeping Barron out of the media glare as much as possible, especially when Donald's political career took off. This protective shield shaped Barron's childhood, setting him apart from his more public siblings. Barron's early education reflected this balance of privilege and privacy. He started at Columbia Grammar and Preparatory School in Manhattan, a prestigious private school, before moving to St. Andrew's Episcopal School in Maryland when his father became president in 2017. Melania chose to stay in New York initially so Barron could finish the school year, a decision that sparked headlines but showed her commitment to his stability. Later, the family settled in Washington, D.C., and Barron enrolled at Oxbridge Academy in Florida after the Trumps left the White House. Barron graduated from Oxbridge in May 2024, with Melania by his side, cheering him on. Now, he's a freshman at NYU's Stern School of Business, studying in the city where he was raised. So, what was Barron like as a kid? At 4 years old, Barron was adorable, clutching a tiny briefcase as Donald gave him some fatherly advice. I want all A's, and when you get older, no drugs, no alcohol, no cigarettes, and no tattoos. It's a sweet moment that shows a grounded side of the Trump family. Barron was also a soccer fan, often spotted at DC United games, and Melania shared in a 2016 ABC interview that he spoke with a Slovenian accent at home, thanks to her influence and her parents, Victor and Amalia Knafs, who helped raise him. A 2020 article described Barron as an old soul, well-spoken and mature, shaped by his unique upbringing. Now, let's talk about this disappearance that's got the internet buzzing. If you've scrolled through X or TikTok, you've probably seen posts asking, "Where's Barron Trump?" Some call him the forgotten Trump. Others spin wild theories about why he's so rarely seen. But here's the thing, Barron hasn't disappeared, he's just private. Unlike his siblings, who've embraced public roles in business or politics, Barron's been kept out of the spotlight, largely by Melania's design. A 2024 Newsweek article noted that Barron's low profile has fueled speculation, but there's no evidence of anything mysterious. He's a college student, living a relatively normal life for someone of his background. The idea of Barron's disappearance seems to stem from his absence during key public moments. During Donald's first term, Barron rarely appeared at White House events, and when he did, like at the 2017 inauguration, he looked uncomfortable under the media's gaze. Fast forward to 2024, and Barron's still selective about appearances. He attended Donald's election night watch party, as noted by people in 2024, standing tall at 6 feet 9 inches next to his dad, but he doesn't court attention like his siblings. Why the low profile? Melania's influence is key. She's been vocal about protecting Barron's privacy, especially during Donald's legal and political battles. A 2025 Irish Star article mentioned Melania stepping back from the 2024 campaign to support Barron's transition to NYU, showing her priority is his well-being. Barron himself seems uninterested in the limelight. At a 2024 private dinner reported by the Irish Star, he described his life humbly, saying, "It's been pretty good," and praised his father's struggles over his own privileged upbringing. Guests called him witty, smart, and hilarious, suggesting he's thriving behind closed doors. Then there's the wild side of the internet. You might have heard about Ingersoll Lockwood's 19th century novels, Barron Trump's marvelous underground journey, and The Last President, which went viral on TikTok as reported by Times in 2025. These books feature a character named Barron Trump, mentored by a man named Don, living in a place called Castle Trump. The similarities to Barron and Donald are eerie, and some online theories claim they predict Barron's life or even time travel. But let's be real, these are just coincidences. The novels, written in 1889 and 1893, were children's fantasy stories, not prophecies. So, what's fueling these disappearance rumors? Part of it is Barron's contrast with his family. Donald, Ivanka, and the others are media magnets, while Barron's reserved nature stands out. His height, 6'9" by most accounts, makes him hard to miss when he does appear, which only amplifies curiosity when he's absent. A 2024 People article quoted a source saying Barron's anxious to form his own companies, hinting at ambitions that don't involve public life yet. Social media also plays a role. Ex-users, as mentioned in a 2024 Irish Star piece, obsess over Barron's college life, from rumored girlfriends to NYU classmate gossip, but much of it's speculation. One student called him not social, but that's hardly a disappearance, it's just a teen keeping to himself. Some corners of the internet, like those on X, push ideas that Barron's being hidden for dramatic reasons, political secrets, family drama, you name it. But there's no evidence to support this. Barron's just living his life, studying business, and staying close to his mom. The truth is, being the youngest child of a polarizing figure like Donald Trump comes with unique pressures. Melania's worked hard to give Barron a bubble of normalcy, and he seems content in it. So, where's Barron now? As of 2025, he's at NYU, navigating college life. Donald once marveled at Barron restarting a laptop with ease, calling it unbelievable aptitude. He's also got a knack for business, with sources saying he understands what people his age are looking for. Whether he'll follow his dad into politics or carve his own path, like starting a company, remains to be seen. For now, Barron's not disappeared, he's just growing up on his own terms. What do you think? Is Barron's low profile a smart move, or does it just fuel more curiosity? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's keep the conversation going. If you enjoyed this deep dive, give this video a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and hit that subscribe button for more stories like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.